Here are some of the easiest and quickest ways to build links. I'm not going to suggest paying for them. Some people do that, but it's said that Google frowns on that. So, it's suggested especially that you don't buy links through link-selling networks. There are networks that effectively rent space on thousands or tens of thousands of websites and then use that space to link to sites that pay for them. So if you do want to pay for links, then it's probably best you approach sites individually. You can approach sites to do a link swap, but I'd say the vast majority of these requests are completely ignored now because a lot of them are automated. So if you do want to exchange links, you may want to take a very personalized approach. Rather than just email, you may want to call or write to people, or you may want to approach a site and offer $100 a month or something if they link to you, depending on how popular the site is and how much traffic they'll send you. So, can I rent a link for $100 a month, or $10 a month, or $1,000 a month, depending on how big the site is, or even $100 a year, whatever you feel is appropriate. Then, if they agree, you have to decide where their link is going to go. Obviously, it's suggested that it be on the front page if possible. You don't want the link to be too buried, and you want it to be somewhere prominent. Not only will you get visitors from the link, but it helps your link popularity. So that's one way. You can write exclusive articles. You can write an article for just one site and approach that site and ask them if they want to host your article. For example, I'm still using the example of selling golf equipment, and it's unlikely that other golf stores are going to host your article. So where do you go to? You can go to sites that teach golf or have articles about golf. And I just used the quick keyword phrase, learn golf. And there may be more specific sites you can use. So when you find these sites, have a look through them, see which ones may be a good fit for you, then write a very high-quality exclusive article for them and approach them and ask them to host the article for you. It's free quality content for them. Just don't make it overly promotional. Make it really good content so it's free content for them, and all you ask at the end is a tiny byline, or article signature as it's called, and a link to your site, so it increases site popularity and you get visitors. And if you don't have time to write articles, you can outsource this, of course. Not everyone's going to say yes, not everyone's going to reply to you, but with this technique, do one exclusive article per site, and if they say no, move on to the next site, and so on. So think about this. If you outsource, a good article costs maybe $50. You can get articles written for a lot less, but sometimes the quality isn't fantastic. So let's say $50 for a good article. Let's say the article is 600 to 1,000 words, and you can get it hosted on a site effectively indefinitely. So that's going to get you traffic for years to come, and it's helping your site's popularity. So how do you qualify that as a return on investment? Well, it's a bit difficult to quantify it when it comes to link popularity. What the search engines do when it comes to where your site should appear, it's so much behind the scenes. But maybe send people from reading that article to a specific page that says, "Thank you for reading our article. I hope you enjoyed it, and here's more like it." Or, "Why not visit our store?" Or something like that. Why not visit our site to sign up for free golf tips? Basically, you may want to link specific articles to specific pages. So then you may track with Google Analytics, which comes free with your Google AdWords account, just how many visitors are coming from specific articles on specific sites. You can track it a lot more, and you can see which articles have done well and which sites are sending you good traffic. Obviously, the downside of that is that it's often suggested that your links point to your home page, because then all the benefit of link popularity is going to your home page, which is really what you want. But sending some links to pages deep within your site, whatever that may be, so you can track them, is a good thing, because it also offers more variety to the search engines rather than just linking everything to your home page. So deep linking, as it's called, the linking to a page deep within your website, isn't a bad thing to do as well. All of that just takes into consideration if you're just linking to your home page, and it's suggested that you don't just link to your home page, but if the majority of links are to your home page, you can still find out exactly where people are clicking through from. Use Google Analytics. It tells you which sites are referring visitors, so you can see exactly where your referrals are coming from. And if you have any website statistics, such as AW Stats or Webalizer or any other web statistics, which often come with your web hosting, or you may have more advanced web statistics software where you download your website logs and it analyzes your logs and gives you very in-depth information, then, that in combination with Google Analytics can tell you so much about exactly where your visitors are coming from. So that can tell you which sites are worth submitting articles to and which sites not so much, which types of articles do best and which subjects work best and which don't do so well, which article signatures work the best for sending you visitors, and so on. So if you keep an eye on all that, you can keep improving what's working for you and do more of it. What you can do is write articles or have them written and submit them to all the article directories, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of article directories. And again, you can write them yourself or outsource the articles. Generally, these articles are 400 to maybe 700 words with an average of about 500 or 600, but you can do them longer if you wish. And you can use such services as iSnare.com or submityourarticle.com, and there are others as well. That automates the submission process, so it gets your article on thousands of websites very quickly. However, the websites aren't always very heavily trafficked. For example, I've seen where dozens of articles have been written and submitted, all of them submitted to the article directories, but only a handful of sites, maybe 10, are sending any amount of traffic that's worthwhile at all. The others may be one visitor a month, perhaps. So a lot of article directories aren't really worth the time. But since it's an automated process, you could send some articles out that way. It gets lots of links to you. They aren't very high quality links, but it's a process. Like everything, don't overdo it. Don't submit a new article 10 times a day, and especially if your site is new, don't overdo it or Google may initially penalize your site. So build up the submitting process and the link building process. Don't do it too fast and furiously. Again, do it so it looks natural. What you can also do is, if you have any traffic from webmasters, people who run blogs or run websites, maybe you can set up a special newsletter for them if they want to have brand new articles from you that they can publish. Especially if you're a well-known or respected writer in your market, then people who are looking for quality content and who would be interested in signing up for your article newsletter, and whenever there's a new article, you can email them about it, then perhaps publish it. So that may be something else to try, and I've seen it work very well in certain cases. Or if you see sites that are hosting your articles and sending you decent traffic, you can contact them directly for more articles. You don't always have to go the article directory route. You can go directly to website publishers if you wish, if they like your articles. What you can also do is send out a press release. And you don't need to say anything particularly interesting to send out a press release. You can go through any of the releases here at prweb.com to see the structure of a press release. And that will get you maybe some links and traffic. But if you really want traffic from a press release, you would really need to talk about something newsworthy. Think of it this way. A website or a blog or a news site is looking for something that will interest their readers. So if you can create or write something that will really interest their readers and send out a press release about it, that may get picked up and get you traffic. Getting publicity is obviously a huge subject. So keep in mind, is what you're writing about in a press release newsworthy? Is it a good story? Is it something the readers of that website or news site would want to read about?